Welcome to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. We've got a great show in store for you, especially as we kind of saw an off week with some high school sports because Battle Mountain and Eagle Valley had fall break this past week. So things slowed down for a little bit, but we had the chance to talk to the Battle Mountain High School soccer team and the Vail Mountain School soccer team as they had a charity scrimmage on Monday. We sat down, chatted with both coaches to see how they feel about the season so far and what they want to do to try and get into that state tournament. Then, of course, we're going to talk all things ski gear because I'm a total ski nerd, and with 28 days away from Vail Mountain opening, we cannot wait. And then if you're looking for a great way to stay in shape, maybe you're an expert climber or maybe you just want to start getting into climbing, well, we chatted with the climbing gym down in Eagle for some great information on how you can stay in shape. Now let's check in with the Vail Mountain School soccer coach and see how he feels about the season thus far.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Vail Mountain School field after their scrimmage against Battle Mountain High School. Coach, how did you feel your boys played today?
It wasn't our best showing today, but we were down 4 starters for various reasons, illnesses, injuries. But it was just a great opportunity to come out, support a good cause. Got a lot of younger players, got them some minutes. With this game not really counting against our record or, doesn't count for anything playoff-wise. Great opportunity to try some players at some new positions as we get ready to head into this last week of the regular season.
Oh, absolutely, Coach. And it's always fun to have a sort of hometown fight against a larger school. Battle Mountain has always historically been an extremely tough opponent, so it's always good to flex your muscles against them, especially going into playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, you guys play Gunnison next Tuesday. How are you feeling going into that game?
Yeah, we're looking really forward to it. I mean, we've had a really strong season so far. I think we've had a really strong schedule compared to some of the other 2A teams, playing some great competition, which I think come playoff time is really going to pay off for us. So we finished the season. We got 2 league games. We got Gunnison this upcoming Tuesday, or next Tuesday, and then Delta after that. So just always looking to sharpen up the team and get ready for the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. Are there any particular set of skills that you're looking to sharpen for next Tuesday?
I think the big thing is defensively. I think we can continue to shore up our defense. I know we've got a new unit back there from last year, so guys are still developing, but they're taking every opportunity and making the most of it. So I think if anything, I think defensively would be one thing we want to shore up.
I was playing for VMS for many years, and we've never played a scrimmage against Battle Mountain. How many years have you been doing this sort of scrimmage game?
Yeah, so this is actually our first year. Myself and Coach Rainey were in our second year as a staff. So it's just a great opportunity, like I said, to come out, support the community, do something for a great cause, and hopefully this is something we can carry forward into future years.
Yeah, this was a fundraiser game, correct? Could you just tell a little bit about what the funds were for and why you guys decided to choose them?
Yeah, so it's a foundation that Coach Rainey definitely supports. And like I said, any opportunity that our players can get into the community, support the community. I just think it's our job as coaches to expose them to these type of events and just help shape them as young adults.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you very much, Coach. Good luck next Tuesday, and go Rangers.
Yeah, appreciate your time. Thank you.
The Vail Mountain School boys seem ready to win states and eager for the games that they have upcoming in their season. We have to take a short break, but when we come back from the break, we're going to introduce you to Coach Cope from Battle Mountain Soccer, so stay tuned. Before the break, we talked to the Vail Mountain School soccer coach. Now we're going to catch up with Coach Cope from Battle Mountain to see how he feels about the upcoming state tournaments and all that his season has held. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Vail Mountain School soccer field with Coach Cope of the Battle Mountain Huskies. VMS Gore Rangers and the Huskies just went off against each other in a scrimmage today. Coach, how did you feel your boys played today?
It was great. It was great. We don't have a game this week, so it's really good to play against quality opposition, and both teams were trying to play, and it was a great spirit, and there's a lot we could take from this. So it was just a beautiful setting for soccer and a great game for everybody.
Yeah. On your schedule, it says that you guys are on a fall break. Is that almost every school in Colorado doesn't have games this week? Or?
No, there'll be games going on all week. It's just that we don't by some quirk. So, but I didn't want there to be just because we asked the boys to stay here and train during the break from school.
Yeah.
And so we didn't want to have no games at all. So when we were trying to put this together with VMS, this was a great week to do it.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a beautiful time of year, especially here at the Vail Mountain School. The leaves are changing behind us, and as Cope said, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to play soccer.
My dad, who's 89 and was at the 1966 World Cup final, he's seen many fields around the world, and he said this is one of the most beautiful fields he's ever been to. So that's a big compliment.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Well, us in the Valley love this field, but moving away from this game, you guys play Tuesday against
Thursday
against Glenwood Springs.
Yeah.
You guys tied them last time earlier in the season.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Really good. It's a really good chance for us to play a playoff caliber opponent going into the playoffs. They're right on the bubble. They probably need to beat us to get in. Mm-hmm. So we know that they'll bring intensity and excitement, and we prefer to play them on our big home field. Mm-hmm. So we hope to make it a different outcome than the first game. There's our JVs going up 1-0.
Very exciting. Your varsity team won 3-0 earlier today, but
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
4-0. It is extremely fun to watch two Valley teams come together and play. But moving back to Glenwood Springs, you're feeling ready. Is there anything during this week in practice that you're going to be working on to help the boys for the game on Thursday?
Yeah, we would like to be a little bit more dynamic as far as coming out of the back. Mm-hmm. And we've sort of changed our formation the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And so we want to fine tune that. Mm-hmm. And we've got a couple kids back from injury that we're now working into the lineup. So that's it. And then also just a mixture of fun things too. We'll have a soccer tennis night on the pickleball courts, which is really fun. We're going to go work for Habitat for Humanity one day. And then we'll also have a bowling night. So we try to give the kids just lots of fun activities since they did stick around for their vacation. So we love it. It's a fun week together.
Oh, absolutely. And a full week where they can focus on basically just soccer.
Yeah.
So it's always good to be able to reward them for that dedication, especially throughout the season.
Yeah.
You guys really turned it around after the Summit game, winning 4 games in a row. Was there anything in particular that you feel was the turning point for the boys?
We felt like that Summit game was kind of a moment for us to kind of reflect on where we were as a team. We had a meeting and just talked about teams in the past and just being a little bit more solid, mm-hmm. more difficult to beat. Since that day, we've only allowed a couple of goals at all. Mm-hmm. And I think, just the pride, when you're a young team, sometimes you don't realize all the traditions and all the things. And so we just wanted to really kind of reflect on what do we want to be as a team, mm-hmm. And we let the boys do some of the talking there, and mm-hmm. the response has been great ever since.
Oh, absolutely. And one more thing, Cope. Eagle Valley has been a major player this season, which is an absolute surprise to me, being a local kid. I'm sure a surprise to you. What's your feeling about the new dynamic between Eagle Valley and Battle Mountain soccer? It's
really great. I thought the game the other night was just fantastic. The dynamic between the players, and I got to give a big shout out to Joel Rabinowitz, one of my assistant coaches. He's got this club team that has the best players from Summit, the best players from Eagle, the best players from Vail Mountain School and Battle Mountain, and even Steamboat. And he's done a great job of training those guys. And it just, a rising tide lifts all boats. We always want our league to be stronger because it just prepares you for playoffs better. And
absolutely.
we may put as many as 4 teams. We'll definitely put 3 teams in because we have 3 teams right now in the top 20.
Yeah.
And we may put 4 teams in the playoffs, and Steamboat's right there on the verge.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, and I think between the Vail Valley Soccer Club doing a great job and Joel Rabinowitz, the level keeps going up and up around here, and we're just really excited about it.
Well, yeah, I remember when I was in high school, I thought it was going to be the peak, but every year I'm seeing these boys, and they're getting better and better.
Yeah,
so
it's cool.
It's amazing, and I really believe that this valley is going to be really something to contend with.
Yeah, it's a
in
real
the front
hotbed
range.
of soccer, and it's exciting. I mean, historically, you had a lot of immigrants coming here from Central Europe and bringing the game with them and loving it, and there's been great soccer here since the 70s. And then later on, the immigrants coming in from Central Europe, and then Central America, and then just the tradition of kids growing up here. Our varsity kids left today to go coach 4 to 6 year olds, and with Joel, and so that's the next generation coming. And so there's just a real tradition of what we call football around here, and we're really proud of it.
Oh, absolutely. And you've done a major part in helping establish that sort of environment here, Cope, being
thank you.
so many years, and we really appreciate all you've done for the community. Speaking of the community, last question, Habitat for Humanity. Why did you guys decide that you wanted to do that?
So it's a great thing because we're here this week, and the boys are available, and then actually one of our boys, his family is getting a Habitat home, and they have to put in a certain number of hours, and so we just thought, what a great opportunity to sort of help his family, but then also let the boys know what is this organization and what are they doing and how important it is. So we're really excited for that.
Oh, that is such a great thing for you to do, Cope, bringing back or giving back to the community and volunteer, but also in just the excitement for the athleticism here in the Valley. I really am an admirer for everything you do here in the Valley, so we really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck in the playoffs later.
Thank you, and tune into the Scoreboard for some playoff highlights later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Cope.
Vail Mountain opens in just 28 days. The countdown is on, and I am so excited for opening day. But one thing that everyone needs to start thinking about is getting their gear nice and ready for the ski season. So we had the chance to catch up with the lovely people over at Christie Sports so they can walk us through exactly what we might need to do to our skis and our boots. Let's hear what they have to say. It's important to get geared up for ski season, and right now we are getting so close to Vail Mountain opening. So we've got ski expert here to walk us through everything you need to do to get your gear nice and in shape. Slayton Forbes, mullet entrepreneur, ski expert, here we are at Christie Sports. So let's talk about some of the things that people need to do to get their skis in shape.
So what you want to be looking at on your skis is, so this is our poor example to start us off with. If you look at the base on this ski, super dry. You can tell it hasn't been waxed in an age. You got some big scratches there, even a couple core shots. This is not what you want.
And there's some reason behind making sure that those core shots are filled in, those scratches are taken care of, and what is that?
So basically it's going to enable the ski to glide a lot more smoothly on the snow, give you, a more responsive ski, quicker turning, better edge control, and all of that comes from a proper ski tune.
Which you can get here at Christie Sports. You guys have a great turnaround service. And so if people are interested in getting their gear prepared for ski season, it's important that they do so now.
Yes, definitely. And another thing you want to look out for, besides just the bases. So here would be an example of a freshly tuned base. Edges don't have any dings on them. There are a couple minor scratches because the ski has been used, but overall it's in good shape. Beyond just your ski bases, also want to make sure your bindings are up to snuff. It's possible that you might have put on some pounds or lost some weight over the summer and your binding could not be set correctly anymore, and that is a very important thing to check, as well as making sure the binding is still indemnified, which basically means it's safe to ski on.
Which that's really important, especially if you're someone who maybe has an accident up on the mountain. That's going to be the thing that protects your knees and your ankles as you're going into your ski season.
Exactly. I mean, it's your interface between yourself and the ski, and if it's not working properly, then it could get you in trouble.
And so as people's skis have been laying on maybe concrete or put in storage units for the summer season, it's important that they do this so that their first day is the best first day on the mountain.
Indeed, indeed. And if you're getting some new skis as well, as you can see, we have a full wall of brand new equipment here. If you're getting new skis as well, we're happy to help you out with that.
And you guys do skis and bindings, so people can get everything they need here at Christie Sports, the one-stop shop. But not only do you do skis and bindings, you do boots.
We do indeed. And here to talk about that is ski boot extraordinaire Cannon Kirshner.
We love the switch out. So now we've got Cannon to talk about why it's important that you get your feet in the right boot before the season. Thanks for joining us, Cannon.
Of course, happy to be here.
All right, so let's talk about everything that you have in your hand, because this right here is the game changer of skiing.
So, footbed, super important. You want to make sure that your foot is nice and stable inside the boot. Goes a long way to making sure you're getting better edge control, that foot is staying nice and comfortable. Goes a long way.
It does, and I know that I personally use these DFPs in my ski boots only because I have high arches and weird little feet from being in ski boots for so long. And so having something like this is also going to help your performance, but make your boot more comfortable.
Exactly.
And so if people are interested in coming here, getting this entire setup, they can do so with you.
Yep, we sell the footbeds for, I believe there'll be $180 this year. Comes with a full fitting. We heat mold it to your foot, so it's fully custom made to your foot, as well as the boots. You want to make sure that the boot is the right boot for you, sized perfectly with a boot fitter with that expertise. Goes a long way to making sure you're having fun on the hill.
And as you're making your way into the ski season, some people are putting their ski boots back on right now. There are some tips and tricks to keep your ski boot in perfect condition as you're approaching the winter and you're storing them, one of which keeping them away from direct heat.
Exactly. You want to keep them in a place where the temperature is not going to change drastically over the summer, and you want to keep them buckled all the way. If they're open and those buckles are loose, that plastic will tend to bow out a little bit, and making sure that that liner is where it's supposed to be.
And you guys offer custom liners as well, making it so that people can get the best performing ski boot on the market.
Exactly. After you get through maybe a season of skiing, that liner will tend to pack out. We have full custom liners that will make sure that you got a nice, firm fitting, snug boot.
And all of this works together to make your skiing as best as possible, because the relationship between your foot, your boot, your bindings to your skis is so important.
Exactly. I mean, the boot's the only piece of equipment that actually touches your body. Like you said, it's the interface between your foot and that ski, so you want to make sure that your feet are nice and comfortable, our feet are sensitive.
I always say that the best thing to buy for yourself going into a ski season is ski boots. That way you're comfortable. I have cold feet, so I like to keep them warm in my very nice princess ski boots,
Exactly. We have heaters from Thermic and Hottronics, which we can install, which is a great way to keep those feet nice and warm.
And there's some companies now that are integrating that heat system into the boot as well.
Yep. We don't sell those here at Christie Sports, but we also do have nice heated socks, which are wonderful.
The heated socks is really the game changer. That way you can have that performance boot still, and you're not taking up any room with that heater in there.
Exactly. Nice and firm and snug interface.
I love the boys here at Christie Sports. We love to learn all about the ski gear that you need to be prepared for the ski season. So make sure that you come check out Christie Sports. You get geared up before the season opens because it's right around the corner. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show. Welcome back to the Scoreboard. With temperatures starting to decrease and it's starting to get chillier out there, it might be harder for those climbers to get out there and hit the rocks and boulders, especially as their fingers might get chilly. Well, we have the perfect solution for that, being the Eagle Climbing Gym. Now we're going to give you a nice little look at the facility to see how, if you, as a climber, want to stay in shape for the winter season, how you can do so. Let's check out the facility.
We are here with the Scoreboard with Larry of the Eagle Climbing and Fitness Center. Could you tell us a little bit about your facility, please, Larry?
Yeah, so this is a custom-built facility designed for this intent, and we opened just about 4 years ago. We are not only a climbing facility, but we also have a yoga studio and fitness areas for our members and guests. It's all part of the same membership or entry fee. We have climbing for beginning at 3-year-olds all the way up to nationally ranked competitive climbers and high-end adult athletes training for their projects throughout the West.
So if anybody wanted to join your gym or get a membership, how would they contact you?
So our website is eagleclimbing.com. That's got all the details. You can actually make purchases through the website. You can give us a call directly, 970-328-0893. We're happy to help either way. Most questions can be answered through the website. We've got a variety of different products available, from day passes, punch cards, monthly memberships, 6-month annual memberships. We've got a lot of corporate deals for people throughout the Valley. And we do have extensive kids programs ranging from 3 to 5-year-old programs, day camps when kids are out from school, as well as competitive climbing teams and adult workshops.
Could you tell us a little bit about those adult workshops and your kids programming? What are the schedules for those sorts of things?
Sure. So one of our most popular adult classes is the Intro to Climbing class. That's offered on Monday evenings, the first 2 Mondays and last 2 Mondays of every month. It's only $150 for 4 hours of private instruction, as well as all the gear rentals. It includes a 2-week membership as well with the gear rentals, so people can come in, learn a little bit about climbing, and then get on the wall on their own for another week, and then come in. The second session is more focused on belaying, tying in, all the safety aspects, so that we get them to learn all those aspects as well. So that's a great product on Mondays. We also offer Getting to 510 for advancing climbing skills, Learn to Lead classes, indoor to outdoor climbing classes, Learn to Rappel classes, a variety of different things for adults. And then the kids programs vary from after school climbing club to day camp programs. Again, we have a 3 to 5-year-old Eaglet programs on Sundays at 10 a.m. After school programs for Youth Power 365 and a variety of different organizations throughout the Valley. And then our competition teams practice throughout the week, depending upon the age and the skill levels of those competitive climbers.
So an introductory class that you said you had on Mondays, correct? Mm-hmm. That's like the best way for people who are interested in getting into climbing for them to start?
Absolutely, yeah. They get full knowledge on technique, footwork, body position, reading routes, just an introduction to everything that they need to know about the auto belay systems, about bouldering, and then again in the second week they learn how to belay, so they're able to get on the ropes. So it's a fabulous class. It teaches everybody what they need to know to get into climbing, gives them a 2-week membership to do that, as well as the gear. So it's generally something that people kind of use to get going with climbing, and typically we have those folks come back for another class or get a membership as well.
Fantastic. As we start moving into the winter, I imagine that a lot of climbers are going to be starting to head inside. Is there any programming that you guys have that kind of specific towards the winter, or anything on the schedule coming up?
So we do an adult bouldering league throughout the fall, winter, and spring. So that's a great way for people, adults, to get together. A little bit of competition, but more about camaraderie, getting people to meet one another and have fun on brand new boulders that are set specifically for that league. And then it just is very natural, like you said, during the winter, most people start to migrate indoors for their training, so there's a lot of adult sessions that take place. We're busiest on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings with our competitive teams. So after 7 is typically when you see a lot of the adults show up and take advantage of the gym being a little bit slower. During the day is another option for those adults to really get in and do a lot of training without a bunch of other people in the gym with them.
Awesome. Well, perfect. Larry, thank you so much for your time.
You bet.
Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
This is the Eagle Fitness and Climbing Center, and this has been the Scoreboard.
That's all the time that we have for this episode of The Scoreboard. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you start getting your gear nice and in tune for ski season, because it's right around the corner. If you have any story ideas that you would like to see us bring to fruition, make sure that you email us at scoreboard@tv8vail.com, and we cannot wait to hear from you. As always, check out our website for more local and regional content at thescoreboardnation.com. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and until next time, we'll see you right here on The Scoreboard.